The Fifth Dimension. The hospital cafeteria is empty, mute and grief-stricken, with sick people seated at round tables, shaking with illness, cold with fatigue, and resilient with worn-down perseverance. There's a wall of windows around the hospital cafeteria, leading to a dense garden with prolific vegetation, as a haven full of bright flowers, prayer flags, and giant crystals, taking in marigold, merry sunlight. There is a teenage celloist playing on a mini stage in the corner, stringing soothing and heartwarming melodies. The spacious white and bleak room is clean, cleansed with anal tidiness and uptight vacantness. Lavender stands at the window, staring at bluebells dancing with basil. Lavender is a dark brown girl with deep, honey, beastly large eyes, youthful, mysterious stance, and loyal attention. She is responsible, honorable, and reserved. Close on Ariel as she walks into the hospital cafeteria. Ariel is a honey-white 15-year-old girl with sea-blue, smiley eyes, grateful dedication, and hidden sadness. She is weakened by death, fragile and drained, wearing a white gown with a heavy body and drugged mind. She is disheartened, burdensome, and hopeful. Lavender turns away from the wall of windows to see Ariel. Ariel joins Lavender at the wall of windows. Lavender: how was it? Ariel: it hurt like usual. Lavender: I think I'm gonna die soon. Lavender: what? Did the doctor? Ariel: no, I feel it. Lavender: what do you want to do? Ariel: there's nothing I can do. I've exhausted all my options here. I'm too weak to do anything else. All these treatments and medications have destroyed me. I want to leave this hospital, but my mother will never let me. She won't stop pressuring me to do more treatment, more medication. Lavender: do you want to eat outside? Ariel: I can't eat. I will throw it up. Lavender: oh. How about sunbathe? Ariel: yes, I can do that. Lavender and Ariel step into the lush garden of bountiful green. They sit on a bench watching a large fountain where gooses bathe. Ariel: Lavender, will you help me? Lavender: help you with what? Ariel: I need energy to make the leap. In my coma, I met a person. I don't remember much about this person, but I do remember him wearing a blue robe. He told me he is from the fifth dimension. He said, when I die, I need the fifth dimension to return and heal my body. Lavender: how do I help you? Ariel: I need you to go first and grab something for me. Lavender: grab what? Ariel: I need more prana. There's a doorway at the treehouse we left behind years ago. Unexpectedly, Ariel has a seizure. She compulsively shakes and slides as she falls into Lavender's lap. Lavender cries out for help. Nurses and doctors rush to Ariel. Ariel is dropping into unconsciousness. Nurses place Ariel on a stretcher. They roll her out of the cafeteria, through the hallway, into an emergency care room. Lavender's left outside the room. Lavender prays in introspection and critical thought. Lavender: there's a doorway at the treehouse we left behind. What doorway? Close on Lavender. Time lapse as 2 hours pass. Lavender sits in the same concerned, concentrative, and composed position until her eyes gradually close. Lavender wakes up in tall grasses inside an open roaming field of green. There are windy trees everywhere watching her, the gong of bulky dark mountains and roaring ocean. Lavender rises to see a young boy in darkness holding up a lantern light. The young boy walks away into the dense wood. Lavender rushes after him. Lavender: I need your help. The young boy stops inside a garden of herbs. His back faces Lavender. The young boy wears a blue robe and hood concealing his dark face. He's mysterious, silent, and powerful. Lavender, Ariel needs something from the fifth dimension. Can you help me? Young boy, the fifth dimension hasn't been for 12,000 years. Let me tell you a story. The young boy turns to face Lavender. He sits down. Lavender sits across from him, devotionally. Young boy, it is about the split. Around 5,500 years ago, the dimension you now know broke off from the dimension you know then, the fifth dimension. They exist together, but are unaware of each other here. In the separation, the illusion took control. Majority lost their senses and became weak. The hierarchical caste was formed by those who gained spiritual power from the senses of others. Over time, people could no longer feel the divine within and turned to the hierarchical caste for sense of spiritual power. There was no spiritual power inside the hierarchical caste, but domination and submission. There are many who did not lose their senses. These people left doorways for others to cross through into the fifth dimension, to return with pranic strength. Lavender, what is pranic strength? Young boy, it is healing. There is suffering in this dimension and no resolution because the fifth dimension is absent to many. Lavender, what is the fifth dimension? Young boy, it is the mastery to experience. There is much experience here, mistake, let down, shame, guilt, heartache. But rarely do people alchemize the lesson, test, challenge, experience into manifestation. Rarely do people learn from their feelings, body, and mind. People are disconnected from their own senses and unfeeling because of it. They do not know how to receive secrets of the multiverse because the hierarchical caste has them unworthy. In my journey to the fifth dimension from here, I had to make a choice. I had to choose freedom. It was the hardest choice. I had to break down all the poverty, unworthiness, and numbness overriding my sixth sense. I had to choose God within and face the attack of this dimension in order to get back connection. Lavender, how do I save Ariel? Young boy, there are herbs growing near the treehouse. Go there. Listen to your feelings. They will unlock the secrets within you. Close on young boy as he opens his palm. There is clear quartz inside his open palm. He generously gives it to Lavender as she begins to fade out. Lavender travels through the dark forest with a lantern light. She discovers the abandoned treehouse, worn down and consumed by evergreen. She voyages beyond the treehouse, further into the dark forest. The forest is intense with powerful moving boughs, crackling icy wind, humming constellations and whispering animals. Lavender discovers the garden of herbs. It is small and untouched. Lavender is unsure which herbs to take. There are many, and she is unaware. She doesn't trust herself. She second-guesses herself. She is afraid of herself. In her uncertainty, she sits down and receives her feelings. Lavender, I see illness everywhere inside Ariel. I'm not sure these herbs are strong enough. She needs something else. Close on distant forest as a glint of light grabs Lavender's attention. Lavender travels towards the glinting light. Close on overgrown green Shinto shrine covered with red roses. Lavender captures the glinting light. It is a mirror hanging from the Shinto shrine. It ripples in the wind, reflecting moonlight. Lavender, this is the doorway. How do I see? Lavender steadies the mirror and looks at her reflection. Close on reflection. Lavender sees herself, but she isn't herself. She is different. She is extraordinarily willful, determined, and regal. She is powerful enough to strike down illness with the strength of her empowered vibration. Lavender, how do I become the sovereign? An owl swoops down and flies over Lavender's head. Lavender, I want to trust myself, but this is beyond me. This is unknown. I cannot possibly achieve this. I do not have the spiritual power like my reflection. I am weaker. Young woman, make the connection. Know the other dimensions within and open potential. Only those who unlock the doorway can repair connection. A woman from behind Lavender steps forward to greet her. She wears an indigo robe and hood concealing her dark face. Lavender is startled. Young woman, show Ariel her possibility. Only she can repair connection. There is a way, but few reach it. Lavender pulls the hanging mirror from the Shinto shrine and takes it. Lavender is confident as she walks back with the lantern light in total security and reassurance. The hospital room is tidy and vacant, with overpowering cleanliness, an open, fresh window, a few plants breathing by the window, a large white bathroom, and an elderly, sorrowful bed. Ariel rests in bed, pale and fading. She's brittle and flimsy. Lavender takes out the mystic mirror. Lavender, look at yourself. Ariel delicately opens her eyes. She looks at herself with sadness and dislike. Close on reflection. Ariel has a blue glow everywhere around her. The blue energy is magnetically expansive. Ariel's eyes are as alluring as the blue full moon, sublime and noble, with alchemy and consciousness exuberantly grand. Lavender, we must go to the tree we knew as a child. There's a motherly, watchful, and valiant, stubby, sturdy, and elderly tree. It is bulky, with roots stretching 50 feet in all directions, with massive boughs extending broadly out to the sky and earth. The lake behind the mother tree reaches the distant, dark, honey velvet mountain, inverted inside the still mountain spring waters. The sunset blankets the land with deep indigo, shadows and silhouettes of attentive trees, animals, and creatures, all riding the breathy air with solemn reciprocity. Lavender guides Ariel to the witty, youthful, and respectfully aged tree. Lavender, lie beside the tree and sleep inside the fifth dimension. Ariel, how? Lavender, I will take you there. Ariel lies down and closes her eyes. Lavender places a hand over her heart and a hand over her lower belly. Ariel falls into a deep sleep. Lavender, I have seen the fifth dimension. Ariel has seen the fifth dimension. We know possibility beyond this dimension. I summon the blue energy for Ariel's healing. Close on Ariel, as Lavender, with a hand on her heart and a hand over her lower belly, prays. Time lapse. As long minutes pass, as long hours pass, the sun is rising. Indigo, purple, violet, marigold, and pink paint the sky over the still lake. Lavender and Ariel are unmoved, patient and meditative, emerged with a higher realm. Outside of Lavender's awareness, suddenly a blue energy opens within the velvet and bold red sunrise. Ariel flutters her eyes open to view its hidden reality, unraveling like fractals, expanding the sensitivity of perception. A blue silhouette of a person strides to Ariel. He touches her heart like a lion pounce. Ariel's body jumps like electric shock before he strides into dissipating disappear. Close on Ariel's eyes The dullness, blackness, disease, and decay flushes away as crystalline, pure blue, like holy water, washes her eyes clean. Her eyes are gas stove blue, like the ethers. Ariel turns over and vomits. She vomits and vomits. It is painful. It is overwhelming. It is suffering. She almost collapses. She screams. She cries. She curses. She wants to stop. She wants to give up. She wants to die. But an inner strength holds her together. After an hour of aggressive vomiting, Ariel stands up, at first edgy and elusive, and then gallant and striking. Ariel: Lavender, I saw him. Did you? Lavender: Who did you see? Ariel: I saw my father. Lavender: Your father? Ariel: I haven't seen him for thousands of years, but I remember him. He came to repair the connection. Lavender, there is another realm. I feel it. I was there in the death of my body. I was given a new body, but I had to earn it. I told the fifth dimension I have the will. It believed in me. It gave me its secrets. It gave me extraordinary healing. Impossible here, but possible there. I bridged the separation. I made the impossible here possible because I made it necessary. My acceptance to death and will to transform was able to make the leap into the holy ocean where there is no limit to my miracle. Once I fell into the holy ocean, everything inside me felt the illness and knew how to rinse it out. The end.